Hey guys, before we get started, at the time of recording this video, we are up to 12.2k subscribers. That is a ton of people, but we can continue to go further. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button and let's get this video started. The 2x2 is the single most popular small group starter base in Rust, offering decent enough storage for 6 people. However, with groups lurking around, looking to take all of your loot, how can we turn the 2x2 into a main base capable of withstanding a 100 rocket raid? I give you the Imperium. Built on a single TC design that is so stable that it can withstand 100 rockets to its side, this base is truly a tank. Don't believe me? Watch this. This means that for the low price of approximately 170k stone and 70k metal frags, you have a base that could still be defendable after 100 rockets. I'm sure you want to see inside, so let's take a quick tour. Okay, here we are outside of the Imperium. We're going to go ahead and run up here. Here we have our mini Satori disconnectables. I always use these in my bases now, as not breaking TCs is fantastic if you get early game raided. Coming up in these corners here, we have our compound peaks from the gatehouses. Let's give you great angles without really overexposing you. Coming into compound, we have 8 auto turrets, 16 large furnaces, and the compound is super easy to place, requiring only 20 walls. Coming into our airlocks here, we have a ton of drop storage, as well as 6 additional furnaces for charcoal farming. Coming inside here, we have a ton of peaks on the first floor and second floor. So as you can see in the corners here, we have jump ups that peak down into the first floor. We have our actual jump up peak downs, as well as our ramp inner peaks. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Coming up here, this is a great peak vertically on the front door, just for early game raiders. Coming inside here on our ramp peaks, obviously these can be metal for better visibility, but stone works early on. And dropping down in the corners, this is inspired by AirPods' 5x5, so the same peaks inside the base, but we have this additional inner peaks retake point. And coming down here, we have our breach peaks into compound. So going inside of our 2x2, we have plenty of room for bags, and plenty of room for some storage, as well as our tiers 1, 2, and 3. There are many configurations for your starter 2x2. All that matters is that this square is left off of it. Jumping up here, we have more box storage here and here, as well as 6 more furnaces. Jumping up again, we have a early game bedroom with some lockers, and jumping up all the way, we have our open core. So our open core has tons of storage, and it is guarded by these peaks on the sides. Those peaks on the sides are also bedrooms. Up here we have our turrets that are unbreakable. You would have to rocket through the ramps to get to the turrets. Of course, you could splash the turrets with real rockets, but HVs don't do any damage. So as you can see, plenty of storage in here and plenty of defendability. Coming back down and going out onto the sides here, in our jump ups we have retake points into our inner peaks from above. So this way you have retake peaks from below and above. Jumping up on the sides here, we have our open core peaks. And of course, there's a locker here for helping with raid defense. Jumping up all the way on the side, we have our bedroom floor. This might look a little confusing, but here we have our ramp peaks down into open core, as well as 8 beds, and of course some beds on the sides. And then here we have our batteries. So I put our batteries here as this is one of the most stable spots of the base, and when you're getting raided by a massive amount of rockets, it is very unlikely they will hit all of these spots and remove all your batteries, since they are in shooting floor. And as you can see, this bedroom floor is incredibly stable because it is framed or floored all the way across the entire base, which means that whenever this gets raided by rockets below, this bedroom floor quite literally will always be here. On the sides here, Here you can see we have our roof peaks. These are also bunkers. You can peek into your roof if someone lands on it. Okay, coming down here into shooting floor. So this is a typical wide gapped shooting floor. We have beds on it just now for respawns. You can put lockers in these points if you'd like to. So here we have additional peaks. Of course, we have turrets on the shooting floor just for additional defendability. All right, going back inside, we're gonna go ahead and go up to the roof. So as you can see here, we are using the vending machine bunker trick similar to Aware Chris's Matterhorn. These are not accessible unless this wall has a roof on it. And of course, these are drone accessible, so you can sell things in these if you'd like. And here we also have 8 auto turrets to cover your roof. As you can see, everything snaps back to normal. You have our roof peaks, and your base is covered. That is the tour of the Imperium. Let's go ahead and learn how to build it. So to begin the Imperium, we will start with a 2x2. We'll place walls like so, as well as a single door here. Now that we have this done, we'll place a half wall here with a floor on top of it, and a triangle floor here. The triangle floor is placed through the wall. Don't worry, it's easy to do. Now that your base looks like this, we will toss a door on so no one can jump in. Face this in if you want. And now we will place double door frames like so. Next up is our ceiling pieces. These can be stone except for this piece here. This one must be wood, like so. All right, we will place our TC in this back right corner. All you have to do is push yourself up against this wall here, and you can place the TC. Now we will go ahead and place our boxes. So here, this is a little more tricky. Press yourself up against the back of the wall here, and with this box, you'll pull it back until it turns blue, and then push it forward into the wall. Same thing here. And once again, we will repeat this process. I don't like how this one fits, so I'll pull it back a little further and we'll push it forward until it collides with the wall. All right, now we have our loot room set up. We can go ahead and door these up. This door here must face out. As you can see, this creates an airlock. And this door can face in. Next, we can place a door here if you want, just for extra defendability. I'm going to place it facing out. Alright, so in this front space here, I will go ahead and place all of my bags. This front area can fit at least 4. And coming over here, I will go ahead and place down my workbench. And a couple furnaces. And last but not least, if you need a couple more bags, this spot can fit 2. But here you go, this is your starter to the Imperium on to stage 2. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to stage 2. So we will come inside here, and we're going to go ahead and break this roof with 2 machetes. Once that roof is broken, we will hop up, and we're going to place walls like so. Make sure this wall faces this direction. We'll place a half wall here, a floor on top, and we will connect to that floor through this wall. Now we'll go ahead and place door frames like so. Up here we can place some more boxes. Same with down here. And here is where we will want our first garage doors. We'll want this garage door here as well as here. We can go ahead and place additional bags. And 6 additional furnaces. Alright, jumping up here, we will go ahead and seal off the previous floor, leaving this one empty. You can place a square frame if you want there, it's not really necessary though. Now we will make our next floor. So this is the bedroom floor that inner peaks are on, so we start with a single door here, and walls like so. Again, this wall needs to face this direction, hard side out. 2 more walls here. And like the previous floor, we're going to place a half wall here and a floor there. So we'll go ahead and place frames here and here. And once again, this one can have a double door, but we will want a garage door here. And of course, we will want another single door here. So coming here, we will want to take our lockers. We could place one here, and we can place 3 beds here. We'll go ahead and seal this floor in. And there you have the second stage of the Imperium. And just a reminder, you will want to replace these doors with metal doors as fast as physically possible. Okay, starting stage 3. As you can see, we've gone ahead and replaced our doors with sheet metal doors. We will begin by putting square foundations all around our starter. Just a note, I am using symmetry, so whatever I do now, you just have to repeat on all 4 sides. We'll place foundations like so. Again, as you can see, it is the same on all 4 sides. In these corners, we will go ahead and do half walls here with windows on top of them, full walls here. And now, this is the hard part, so we need to go ahead and build some kind of jump up. And what we're going to do is grab a roof triangle and place it like so. We're going to do this on each side. Alright. Here we will go ahead and place door frames and a floor. On these corners, we will go ahead and place triangular floor frames. This way people cannot boost through these windows. And now moving up, you'll place windows here. If you haven't already, go ahead and toss some braziers on these. And now we are going to go ahead and make the next phase here. So we'll place half walls on top of these windows, triangles here and here, a double door frame here, and don't forget a single door frame here. There's nothing here, there's just a single door frame. This will be your inner peaks retake point. We'll place a floor on top of this. Coming up here, we'll go ahead and seal this in. And we will do a shelf here as well. This will eventually have an auto turret on it. Jumping up here, we will go ahead and seal this in. You do not have to do anything extra with this for now. This will eventually be a jump up. So we've made it this far. Let's go ahead and do these side jump ups. So here we will place our double door. We will do regular walls here. You can also do windows if you like. I think I'll go with windows. We'll do a standard wall here, double door frame here. And if you want extra stability, you can do double door frames here and here all the way up the side. It just makes the base more stable. So now we're going to make our typical jump up. On this floor, we will have 2 windows facing the base. And we will wrap this on walls. And once again, if you have the embrasures, go ahead and toss them on. We will want all of this sealed up early game so we can defend early game raids. Jumping up here, we will do 2 more floors here, and this will be our entry into inner peaks. So here, you will place a half wall and a low wall, and we will once again wall ourselves in. Place a triangle floor here, and a door frame here. Now you do not want this exposed to the outside as this is a retake point. So we will do floors here and here. You'll place a wall here. And now we're going to place a triangle floor frame here and another wall there. This way we can close this in with a garage door and we can actually seal in our roof and be safe. So now you might be asking, how in the world are we going to do the ramp peaks? So this is where it gets a little fun. You might need some ladders for this, but it is what it is. So place a double door frame here and a half wall here. You'll place a floor here and a floor here. And do not forget this part. This is what makes the stability work. Place a floor frame in this position. Now that we have all of this placed, we will need to place floor frames here and here, and if you have them, go ahead and get your garage doors down. Now there is an issue where ramps will block garage doors, so just accept if you can't get these down early, you likely won't be able to place them in the future, at least on the side that the ramp is facing, like this one. And now here we will just place another ramp. We can go ahead and upgrade these. Alright, coming back down through here, we will break this half wall, we'll break this floor, and we can put a double door frame here. Like so. The next part is pretty simple. We will go ahead and floor everything in. Very, very simple. So, last thing, in these corners, we will add walls like so, a half wall with a floor on it, and then we will put a double door frame here. Okay, here outside of our garage door, we're going to go ahead and toss down 2 windows, 2 walls, a triangle, and a square. What we're placing here is a locker, a door. We can go ahead and place a door in here just to make it a little harder to access your locker loot. You can place a bed right here, and then we will put down horizontal embrasures here. Last but not least, we will go ahead and toss a frame right in the middle. And that is it for stage 3. So stage 4, the Imperium, is building it all the way to the roof. So let's go ahead and get started. Now make sure symmetry is on, at least while you're learning the base here. We're going to go ahead and sheet metal this wall. We're going to rotate it. Coming out here, we will go ahead and place 2 walls like so, a half wall, and then a floor here. You can place a wall frame on top of that, and then another wall right here. So inside of open core here, we're going to place a wall. We're going to do half wall here, 2 floors, and we will put ceilings here. We'll do wall frames here and here. And next we will go ahead and add frames in the middle as well. So you notice that everything I am placing is sheet metal. This helps with stability during a raid. As you notice, we just placed floor frames as well. This helps keep stability across the entire base. And we can go ahead and put our garage doors in. Now with all of our garage doors in, we can place our boxes. I like to use the 3 box configuration on the bottom and a 2 box configuration up top. Make sure that you place these boxes as far to the right as possible so that your open core peaks are usable. And we will repeat on this side. Okay. Now that that is done, your open core is essentially ready to go. There isn't much more to it. You can place your tier 3 right here. And if you have the time, you can place boxes up on these as well. Coming back here, we will jump up here. This will get a garage door as well. And now we're going to place 2 half walls here and here. This one will get a full wall here, and we will go ahead and cap it with a floor. 1 more half wall right here, and 1 more floor there. This will be a turret pod for your bedroom floor. Place a door frame here, a wall here, and last, a floor, and then a double door frame. This can get a garage door. And since this is part of a jump up, you can go ahead and place ceilings here and a garage door there. All right, so let's go ahead and work on these. In the corner, we will add walls in all of these positions, a shelf here, and in this corner, we can go ahead and place our batteries. Here we'll place a single door frame with a floor on top, and here we are just going to cap this and put a garage door on. Once again, this will be another round of turret pods. Okay, here we're going to place half walls as well as a floor frame. Go ahead and place our beds here. And next we're going to get our ramp peaks working. So we'll place half walls here in the center. We'll place floor frames on top of these half walls. And in the middle, we will go ahead and place floors. If you could see, these are 33% stable. That is very high for something that does not have any walls above it, or sorry, below it. Okay, on the sides here, we will make our ramps. So these are your ramp peaks down into open core. And we will go ahead and put door frames essentially everywhere that you can on this floor. Okay, in these corners, we're gonna make our roof peaks. So, oh boy. We will go ahead and add a single door frame here, a window here, and then 2 windows here. Place a roof on top. In this slot here, we're gonna go ahead and add a horizontal embrasure, and then here we will place factory doors. And in these back 2 slots, we will just add plain glass windows. All right, so this is of course your jump up. So coming up here, you'll place a half wall here, then a door frame here. On this side, we can go ahead and place some windows, and when we jump up here, this will of course get floored off. And I would recommend making this armored in the center if you can, just to make it a little more sturdy against MLRS rockets. Here we will add a half wall. We will add 2 floors across, and we can even put a wall frame here if we'd like. Do a wall frame here. Sorry, half wall there, and then a triangle floor on top. Last, we will add a half wall here, and we can go ahead and put some boxes in here. Okay, we will cap this off with floors and add a low wall there. So you can kind of see where we're getting here. This is the roof. Now we got to place our roof triangles. So stepping off to the side here, you can place the first triangle like so. And the back one's a little easy, you just jump. You can make it place like that. And with the last roof triangle here, try and get off to the side. It's a little more tricky. And if you need to, just step under it and you can place it from below. Okay, removing these. And now we're gonna do the same, but for these corners here. Okay, as you can see, it takes a little bit of trying to get it done, but it eventually works. Okay, now that we're here, we're gonna go ahead and get our vending machines working. So you'll place a wall here. You will want hard side facing out. You'll place a half wall here, and then a floor above. If you haven't already, go ahead and add a garage door on. This will make placement a little easier. I'm gonna go ahead and half wall up here. All right, so this is the same trick that I learned from Aware Chris's Matterhorn. You step out here just a little bit so that you're dangling off just a tad. And you basically just finagle it until it works. Like so. You can remove this, you can remove the half wall. As long as you can walk through here, you're good to go. Make sure that you remove these half walls, as you will need to be able to place your roof pieces. When I go under and place these roof pieces, it exposes the vending machines, so I can get access to both of them. This gives me an open roof with loot, and of course these are drone accessible vending machines, so you can sell things out of these vending machines. Next up, we're going to work on our turbine towers. We'll go up 3 frames here, and we will place a turbine on top. If you haven't noticed, if you go straight down here, our batteries are located here. This makes wiring the turbine to the battery incredibly simple. Next, we will add our turrets. Place turrets in these 4 positions, followed by these 4 positions. So this is the roof complete, and this is the bedroom floor complete, and this is the open core complete. Now on to the final stage of the build. Okay, here we are below the Imperium here. We're gonna go ahead and finish up the build. So what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and add our main TC connected gaps first, followed by our wide gap. So we will start here. We'll place a square off of that. We'll place a triangle off of this. And once this triangle is placed, you can remove these 2. Next, we'll place a square here. Triangle here, and then a square. It should look like this. Last but not least, place another square here, followed by 2 triangles, and replace these 2. This is exactly how the gap on the base should look. Now, to connect this to the base, we will add a frame here, then frames along the front. We will extend these all the way to the 4th floor, so we will go up 4 high. You do not need to go up 4 high in this one. This is just for our airlock. Now, to make this work, we will add a square floor here, 2 triangles here, triangle here, and a triangle here. Simple as that. We can add windows here as well, but this isn't necessary just yet. All right, coming out front, now we're going to add our wide gap. So I'm going to do this in twig. We're going to go out 3. I'm going to cap it with a triangle. Going to remove these foundations going back. Now we will come back with a half moon. And what we're going to do here is go out to each side like so. And we can remove these 2. And we can remove this. So this is what your wide gap should look like. We can go ahead and metal all of this. And just a note, this will decay pretty quickly if you don't connect it. So we will place wall frames on these positions. Just like so. Next, to create our airlock, we will go ahead and add floors here. So in these positions, we will add our shop fronts. And of course, we will put our double door up front. This gives you a usable airlock where you can place drop storage as well as furnaces. Next, we will go ahead and finish up our TCs here. So once you've reached this point, you can of course build in stone. TCs aren't too incredibly important. So I'm gonna go out 1 square, followed by a half moon, followed by another square, and 2 triangles. Now you can go ahead and delete this square as well as the half moon. Once we are out here, we will place 2 half walls, a wall here and a wall here, and 2 triangles. In this position, we will go ahead and add our TC, so we will place that here. We can use a window as the outermost, or as the innermost protection layer there, as well as a single door frame here. And we can just go ahead and close this up. Now we want our TCs to be usable. So here we're going to place windows facing out and a door frame here. We can go ahead and add a roof as well as triangles to close this in. Now to connect our TC, we're going to go ahead and add a square floor frame here, a triangle floor frame on top, and we're going to connect it to the gatehouse using triangle floor frames. This TC is now connected, and if you ever need to break it, simply place a square foundation off of that and a roof on top of the square foundation. Okay, inside here, we need to place our roof pieces, which can prove a little difficult sometimes, so just be aware of that. And sometimes you do have to remove those roof pieces for this to work. Okay, here we place a half wall followed by a low wall. And we will go ahead and cap this with our triangles. Here we have our roof peaks like so. Okay, on top here, we will grab our metal barricades, and what we will do is place each one like so. Try and make it just about in the middle of this square. Okay, we'll go ahead and break these triangles, and that is how your gatehouse should look. And of course, you always want to have a double door on your gatehouse just so you can quickly close it in case someone is door camping. All right, now time to work on compound. So the compound is incredibly simple. All you're going to do is take a wood wall, you're going to press it up against your gatehouse. This is to line them up together. You're going to strafe left, you're going to walk forward, and you're going to strafe right to push this wall into the gatehouse. You're going to strafe left again. And this should be almost perfectly lined up with your gatehouse. Now I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Strafe out right, go forward, and strafe left. Now I will strafe right and place another. And what you will notice is you have a perfect placement on the ends, and that is an incredibly easy compound. Now, of course, there are other things you can place, like your turrets. You'll want turrets here, as well as here. This way, when you place your 4 large furnaces on each side, they get adequate turret coverage. Okay, now let's finish up the wide gap and complete the base. Here we will extend up with metal wall frames. We will place our square floors here, triangle floors here, and we will close this up with windows. Last but not least, we will cap this with more floors, and we will go ahead and go through and place embrasures on all of these positions. And just be aware you can fall through these little slits here in the floor. So to solve this, all you need to do is grab a siren light. And it looks weird when you place it, but if you just place it like this, you will no longer be able to fall through the floor. Okay, and don't worry, you can't fall through this one. Up here on top, we're gonna go ahead and close this in with windows. And now to complete the base, we're gonna go ahead and add our last touches. So we're going to add triangles here, triangle here, and we will do this one more time on the other side. Stepping out of the side, triangle here, and triangle there. That is the completed Imperium, and let's go ahead and move on to the outro. So that is it for the Imperium. I want to thank Rodent, Cobb, and Asian for their help in the revisions of this base, as well as AirPods, Sean, and Liam for the inspiration. All of their channels are linked in the description below. This video was truly a blast to make, and I promise you there are many more coming soon, including my first full-blown Rust movie. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, peace.